Retirement crisis in America for 1/5 of older Americans, and a CEO talks about the gloomy economy. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance put out by Business Insider and written by Juliana Kaplan, Alet Sheffy, and Madison Hoff, titled, "The Peak Boomer Crisis Might Only Get Worse. A fifth of Americans 50 and up have no retirement savings, and the majority are worried they won't have enough money." The authors of this article referenced an AARP January survey which revealed 1 in 5 older Americans surveyed reported having no retirement savings, and over half of them do not think they'll have enough money to keep them afloat in retirement. The authors went on to say 37% of aged 50 and older respondents were worried about affording basic expenses like housing and groceries, with 70% worried that everyday prices are rising faster than their income. Well, my friends, here are my thoughts. Let's consider the fact that this is just a survey. The results may not be generalizable to the entire American population. With that said, this is still interesting information. I have no doubt the findings of this survey paint a pretty accurate picture of what is happening in our country. It is troubling to me that older Americans are worried about affording basic expenses like housing and groceries. I am sure some never expected to be dealing with this level of inflation, which was supposed to be transitory. While Social Security has provided cost of living adjustments in recent years, those adjustments may not be enough to keep pace with the true cost of goods and services that some people need. Not all of these retired people own homes. I am sure many of them have seen their rent increase far more than they ever expected in recent years. There are some greedy landlords out there, but some have to adjust rent prices because their cost of doing business has gone up. I have no doubt their insurance premiums have gone up, their property taxes have gone up, and the cost of human capital has gone up. Imagine being retired and dependent just on Social Security for your income. Imagine your rent going up to the point where you can no longer afford it. What do you do then? Mortgage lenders can't deny you a loan if you only have Social Security income, but the problem is that income is probably nowhere near enough to qualify for most homes in America. Maybe you can find some one-stoplight town in an economically depressed part of the country where you could qualify for a very small fixer-upper house. But do you really want to uproot your entire life to move to an area where you don't know anyone when you are in your 70s or 80s? Then you have to figure out how you are going to move all of your personal property. If you hire movers, they are not cheap. If you've gotten quotes from different moving companies recently, then you know what I'm talking about. I truly worry for those who are retired and renting with no income other than Social Security. Maybe they are okay for now, but what is going to happen a few years down the road? Do you see landlords slashing prices anytime soon? I sure don't. I do see some offering incentives, such as 1 month free, but I have not seen any big price reductions recently. Their cost of doing business is going up, and in the future, I see rent prices going up more as well. I just don't think the small Social Security cost of living adjustments are going to keep pace. Do a Google search for yourself about the estimated cost of living adjustment for 2025. The Senior Citizens League is projecting the 2025 cost of living adjustment from Social Security may come in around 2.6%. The average Social Security benefit in January 2024 was $1,907. A 2.6% boost is only $49.50. That's nothing. That is not going to help most retired people much who survive just on Social Security, in my humble opinion. What are all of these people going to do? There comes a point where you can't downsize anymore. Some can't go back to work because of physical or mental limitations. What happens then? I hope these people have adult children or other family members to rely on. I wish all of these people the best who are struggling during this period of high inflation. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Here is some more bad news. The survey revealed that 26% of older people not currently retired say they never expect to retire. Well, let me share my thoughts about this. I don't think this is a good plan at all. It may be easy for some people to say this when they're in their late 50s or early 60s. You may still have a lot of energy and good mobility, but I think some may change their tune when they're in their late 70s or late 80s. Some people won't be able to work forever. Some may truly enjoy what they do, and some may really need to keep working because of their financial situation. But unfortunately, there may come a day where working is no longer possible. Unfortunately, ageism is alive and well here in America, even though it shouldn't be. It's really sad because some older people have a wealth of experience that could benefit different companies. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I read another interesting article today. This one was on Yahoo Finance, put out by Business Insider, and written by Theron Mohammed, titled, "Jamie Dimon Thinks He Knows Why People Are So Gloomy About the Economy." The author referenced Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, who told the Wall Street Journal this week, the bottom 20% of America have not done particularly well over the last 20 years. The author went on to interpret some of his other comments, which likely meant that stagnant wages have fueled rates of depression, drug use, and crime as people felt they just couldn't get ahead. That may be very true when they're paying more for food, energy, and housing because of inflation and have higher monthly payments on their credit cards and cars because of higher interest rates. Well, my friends, this is really troubling information. I do think there may be some truth to all of this. Take a look at some cities here in America that flourished during the 20th century when manufacturing was in full swing. Look at these cities now that manufacturing operations were offshored. Look at all of the blight in some of these cities. Examine the increase in crime, homelessness, drug addiction, alcohol use disorder, and one-parent households. For some humans, there may come a point where they try their best to work hard and make it in society, but they are just spinning their wheels. At some point, they may just throw in the towel and become disenchanted. During the last 20 years, the super rich have done quite well. We have more billionaires than ever before. The problem is, the divide between the haves and the have-nots has grown wider. Those at the bottom are trying their best to survive, and it can be very difficult to rise above their social class that they were born into. That's not to say it can't be done, because there are countless examples of people who have succeeded in doing so. The odds are stacked against you, in my opinion. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. One commenter said, "He nailed it. I haven't had a reasonable raise in 17 years. Add inflation to it, and I'm making less now than I was 20 years ago." The next commenter said, "Yes, Captain Obvious. You need to preach to those who create this inflation with debt and all the self-serving lifers in DC. They are fiddling while Rome is burning." Another commenter said, "People are miserable because Jamie and his kind have hogged all the money." The last comment that I'll share with you is pretty long. It comes from someone who said, 86 million American workers earn less than $35,000 per year. Since the 1980s, globalism doctrine successfully hollowed out high-paid American jobs. It led to increases in factory automation and production technology. It led to an increase in outsourcing of design and engineering jobs, outsourcing of customer service call center jobs, factory jobs, and managerial functions to consultancy firms located offshore. This reduced American firms' core costs, such as labor, payroll, and tax costs. Many firms closed factories and transferred labor-intensive production activities that could not be automated to lower-wage regions of the world, such as China and India. High-paying jobs were lost to the globalism doctrine to benefit the few. Most jobs today consist of low-paid retail and service industry jobs with poor benefits. It's no secret why many folks were left behind. Capitalism creates wealth, and globalism creates inequality. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.